I think it's also usi baat pe, I think it's important to bring up a topic of validation.
Sure.
And I learned this sometime in the pandemic when somebody sent me a message saying, I am unfollowing you for your over Punjabi.
Oh.
You are very extra. And you said something along the lines of, Pindu and,
Okay.
And I remember feeling just very sad. And
Right.
not just upset in the sense of how dare she call me over or Pindu. It was upset from the thing of, oh my God, do people really think I'm over Punjabi and Pindu? And maybe this person had the guts to say it to me, but do other people feel that way about me, that I'm so over? And does that mean that I have value and I bring value to this space? Because I don't ever want to be in this space and not have value.
Right.
You should share or talk about something that has value, whether that be comedic, whether that be inspirational, or learning to do something. And I remember coming on my stories, and somebody had said something to me about, आप आज बहुत उदास लग रही हैं. And I just remember breaking down and being like, and I realized after the messages started rolling in, nahi, ye bilkul galat baat hai, aap bilkul over nahi hai, I love seeing you. And, the very, very kind from the heart messages from wonderful people who know how to lift somebody up. I realized this is validating me.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a very, very tricky place to be in. When
Yeah.
this starts validating you, when you start looking at the follower count and your like count on your post and how many views and how many clicks and how many people have seen your story, when
That's
that
right.
starts validating you, you're in thick shit.
Yeah. Because like dimag kharab hona bilkul mushkil nahi hai.
It's and when I had to take a step back and I said, why did I do this?
Yeah.
Why did I share that hateful message? Because it started making me feel really uncomfortable to see how much people, were there to lift you up. And I was realizing I did that at a very vulnerable moment. And
Sure.
there is absolutely no harm in somebody lifting you up. That's what a community is for. But I realized then that this was a very tricky slope. And if I'm doing this for validation, then I have seemed to have lost myself somewhere.
Yeah.
And because of that, I no longer share any screenshots of a DM which say nasty things. And trust me, they're there.
Sure.
They'll pick up on any, and to somebody who needs to get well, will pick up on anything and will use it as something to hurt you.
Yeah.
And similarly, for that reason, I do not share screenshots of people saying wonderful things.
Yeah.
In my stories people think I'm great.
Yeah.
Or kind of this person to see it this way. It was so kind of somebody to see it this way. And I so appreciate all of you being here and your love. And I don't need to tell anybody how many messages like that I get on the daily, because it's so personal.
Yeah.
In doing that, if I'm sharing this message, and this is entirely on me, I do not mean to make this about anybody else who does this. This is my relationship with social media. I will not have it validate me. And I'm not saying by sharing a message of love and support कि आप अपने आप को validation दे रहे हैं, not at all. But that is my relationship with those messages.
Yeah.
So it took me that moment to be like, I'm not playing this game.
Yeah.
With myself.
Because it reminds me of this thing. There's this comedian by the name of Bo Burnham. Uska ek koi tha special Netflix pe na. So, he's performing and audience se koi someone yells out, I love you, ye wo. Just say people do when there's a gap. And he's like, that should not be the thing. Like, I'm not your friend. You don't know me. I am providing this as a service to you, which you are paying for.
Yeah.
If that works for you, theek hai. If it doesn't, don't stick with me through thick and thin. We're not that. And to confuse it, which is very easy, on this direct connection social media scenario where he's on stage, and that's still separated compared to you, where you're getting the messages directly, comments, likes, shares, all of that.
Yeah.
It's very easy for it to go to your head completely.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
who doesn't like for their content to do great?
Yeah,
Who doesn't like for, I'm not ever going to say I don't like it,
sure.
but I do it for, I think at the crux of it all, I do it for me. I know that there's some things I've posted that have not done that well. There's
Yeah,
something I've said. I mean, at the end of the day, it's for me.
yeah,
And you know what? If 10 people, 20 people, they come and say something about it, they like it, whatever. Hey, hi, we're friends.
yeah, yeah,
This is really nice of you, you know? Um, but it's not everything I'm going to say and do is going to be loved and appreciated by all.
yeah.
And that is okay.
And I think if you start falling into that trap of chasing validation, you will most probably lose the authenticity for which people came to you in the first place.
100%.
Because वो
100%.
रहेगी नहीं authenticity फिर तो.
100%.
Hmm.
And I'll be really honest, I don't have the time.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
I scheduled this twice.
yeah, yeah.
I don't have the time.
Hmm.
Um, I do a lot of things. I wear multiple hats in the day.
Yeah.
And this is fun. And
Hmm.
yes, you know what? It's also become work. It's
Yeah,
also become a career. Um, but yeah, it you need to draw lines for yourself mentally and
yeah,
emotionally
yeah.
because
I
it
think
hard.